How do you engage quiet participants? Well, first of all, just because someone is quiet doesn't mean they're not engaged. Sometimes quiet people are really engaged in their own head. But if you think they are disengaged, if you think that they have checked out, it's important to remember that we can't make anyone feel or do anything. We can only create the space where those feelings or actions have the best chance of showing up. So if you want to create a space where it is most likely that quiet participants will engage, there's 5 spaces that you need to keep in mind. The first space is a safe space. So that means creating a space where people feel connected, where trust is being built slowly, and the depth or the vulnerability of activities is being scaffolded. You're not diving straight into the deep end if there is little or no trust in the room to begin with. So one of the reasons a quiet participant may not be engaging is that they don't feel safe to do so. It's on you to backtrack a little bit, build some more connection, scaffold some more trust. So that's the first thing, safe space. The second space that may be missing is processing space or pondering space. About 1/3 of all participants need time on their own to process what they're thinking internally before they bring that into the room. So if you've got a quiet participant who's not engaging, maybe they're just not being given that space to think things through. So practice building into your workshop things like, in a minute, I'm going to invite you to. Just jot down on a piece of paper 3 ideas. I'm going to give you some silent thinking time. Those kind of statements that just carve out, doesn't have to be long, just carve out a minute or so for people to do thinking, processing, pondering on their own, so that when people start sharing into the room, their thoughts are already in place. So that's the second space, a processing or pondering space. The third space that you need to create is an aligned space. When I say aligned, I mean aligned on purpose. If people come to a meeting or a workshop and they're like, I don't even know why I'm here, what on earth is this about? It'll feel like a complete waste of time and they will disengage. So make sure the purpose of the workshop or meeting is really clear, and that's made clear to participants ahead of time. Send out a meeting invite or a workshop invite that says, this is the purpose of the workshop, this is what we're hoping you'll get out of it, and this is what we're hoping you'll contribute. That means when people arrive at the workshop, they're already aligned. They know what the purpose is. The fourth space that you need to be mindful of is a contained space. And what I mean by a contained space is a space where you are containing the conversation in a way that it maintains its relevance and its respectfulness. Oh, that was a hard way of saying it. Needs to be relevant and respectful. But essentially, that's about having group agreements in place. It's about the way you process our conversation, the structures that you use, the boundaries or the edges of the conversation that you are going to hold people to. And then lastly, one of the reasons a quiet participant may not be engaging is because it's not an engaging space to be in. If you want people to be engaged, you need to be engaging. So think about how you shape up your ideas, how you structure your session, and how you share your message. You need to make it engaging if you want people to be engaged.